Hello, first-year string players. This is a review of Lesson 11, and this week we learned the Peru Blue Boogie. This is a melody I wrote several years ago to help students learn how to read and play 5 notes with confidence. And those 5 notes are D, E, F sharp, G, and A. So before we get into this, there actually is a new note that each instrument needs to learn. So let's look at that quickly. So violins, violas, and cellos. Your new note this week is G. And you might be thinking, well, we already know a note called G, and it's your open G string. Well, in music, a lot of times you will have more than one note with the same name. It will either be a higher or a lower version of the note you already know, and you'll read it differently on the staff, so that's how you'll know which one to play when you get to it. In this case, this is a higher G than your G string, and it's called G on the D string. So if you're a violin or a viola, this is how you play this note. On the D string, if you put one finger down, you get the note E. 2 fingers will give you the note F sharp, and that third finger, if you put it down on your stick, your third sticker, that's going to give you this new note called G. Now, if you put your fingers down correctly and you're following where your stickers are, there will be a space between your first and second finger, and then your second and third finger will be close together. And so that's the finger pattern, or how your hand should look when you play this note. A space between 1 and 2, and then close 2 and 3. Cellos, this is how you play the note G. 1 finger on the D string gets the note E. 3 fingers gets the note F sharp, and so that pinky is going to go down on the D string to play the note G. Now this is a really challenging thing, so you have to have some grit. It probably will be hard at the beginning, but the more you work through it, the easier it will get, I promise. Most of us don't have very strong pinkies, but cello players, after you've developed that hand frame and playing some of those notes, you will actually have pretty strong pinkies. You'll be able to press that down no problem, okay? And then bass, you have a new note, but it's not G. In this case, the G that you need to play is your open G string, but the new note for you is called A. And the way that you play this new A, again, not your open string, but it's by putting your first finger down on G. So your highest string, you'll put 1 finger down, and that's your new note called A. All right, so now that we know those new notes, we can start looking at the Peru Blue Boogie. The first thing you'll notice is that you have 2 measures of rest, and if we played this in a concert, those 2 measures would be an introduction that I would play on the piano. And then after that, we see a note that hopefully is familiar to all of us. It's your open D string, and we play 5 of those, followed by 3 beats of rest. So it's D, 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 rest, rest, rest. Next, we have 5 more Ds, followed by 3 beats of rest. After that, we have a note that may look strange to some of you because it is new for some of you, and that is the new note G that we've just learned. Bass, it's the G string, which you have known this whole time, but everyone else, it's that new G. So take a good look at where it is on the staff, because when you see that note, it means to play G on the D string. And we have 5 of those, followed by 3 beats of rest. And last on the first line, we have 5 F sharps. Hopefully that note is becoming familiar to you to read. We have 5 F sharps followed by 3 beats of rest. Let's see if we can play this whole top line pizzicato, right from where you come in. Now, it starts really easy. We just have open Ds, but I want to have my fingers hovered for when it's time to put fingers down. That way I'm prepared and I'm not scrambling to get them down in the right place. So I'm going to hover my fingers right now. We're going to start from measure 3 where you come in. So ready? Here we go. D, 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 D. 3 beats of rest. D, 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 D. Get your fingers down for G. Here we go. And get ready for F sharp. Rest, rest, rest. All right, hopefully that was pretty easy for you. Other than getting those fingers down, which you have 3 beats to do, that was part of the reason I wrote those rests in, was to give you a chance to get your fingers down. It's relatively easy, right? And hopefully the note reading is getting easier for you as we go along. The Peru Blue Boogie is actually the same melody twice, so we're halfway through the first run of the melody. So let's continue to the next line to measure 11. Here we have a note we have not played yet, but should be a really easy note to identify for you because we've played it for a while. It's the note E, one finger on the D string, and this time you only play 3 of them. So up until this point, every note has been played 5 times. For this, you only play the E 3 times with 1 beat of rest, followed by 3 Ds with 1 beat of rest, and then finally 5 Ds. Let's play from measure 11. This is the first half of the second line. And this should be really easy for us because it's just E's and D's. So set that first finger down on the D string. 1, 2, here we go. E, E, E. Now D, 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 and 5 Ds. All right, so that's the first time through the melody of the Peru Blue Boogie. Let's go through and put it all together, the first line and a half. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. More D's. Get ready to play G. Now F sharp. Down to 3 E's, 3 D's, 5 D's. All right, excellent, very good. Let's add the bow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, rest. Fingers down for G. For F sharp. 3 E's. Here we go. 3 D's. 5 D's. All right, great job. If you are struggling with this is a great time to pause the video and practice it a little bit on your own. Go through reading your notes, doing a pizzicato, adding in the bow. Make sure when you use the bow that you are really confident you're using nice, big, full bows to play every note. That's going to give you a great tone on your instrument and help you to sound awesome. So after we play that, we're in the middle of the second line. You see there's a couple of measures of rest. This gives you a little bit of a break. It's a musical interlude where I'll play something on the piano and then you can come back in with the second time through the melody. And you'll see this is almost identical to what we played at the top. So we have 5 D's, 5 D's, moving on down to the third line, measure 21, 5 G's, 5 F sharps, 3 E's, 3 D's, and then the last 2 measures are the different part. You might call this a coda. It's a different ending to what we have done before. And so we have D, rest, 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 A, D. Now for everyone except bass, this should be super simple. It's just open strings. Bass, this is that new note A. So here's where you're putting 1 finger down on the G string. But if we play this pizzicato, let's see what it'll sound like. Here we go, ready? Starting on open D. D, rest, 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 A, D. Excellent, and if we add in the bow, during those 3 beats of rest, it's a great time to rainbow over to the A. Okay, so 1, 2, here we go. D, rest, rest, rest. Awesome, very good job. Let's play through the whole thing together, right where you come in at the very beginning. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, rest, rest. Get ready for G and here's F sharp. Next line, 3 E's, 3 D's, 5 D's. Rest, rest, rest. Now 1 measure of rest and 2 measures of rest. Here we go. More D's. Third line going to G. And here's F sharp. I think most students in our lesson realize that they picked this up way quicker than they expected to. There's lots of repeated notes, which is a really good thing. Repetition is good for you. It helps you get comfortable playing the notes, but also get comfortable reading the notes. So work really hard on this. The goal is that by next lesson, you can play through this confidently, and we will spend the next lesson working on some other things with the Peru Blue Boogie, but I want you to know the notes for next time. I did show you in class that there is a little play along that I have on my channel. I'll include it in the Google Classroom. It is faster than what we practiced, so you can take the video, the YouTube video, if you go to the gear, you can actually customize the speed. If you put it to about 85% or 0.85, that will be close to the tempo that we played it in class. And so that's kind of a fun extra thing that you can do to feel like you're playing along with a band, right? And so hopefully you guys are enjoying the Peru Blue Boogie. Work really hard on it this week. We'll continue to work on it in our next lesson, and I will see you guys in class.